Hey, I'm Joe with RevZilla, and today we're taking a look at Pro Circuit exhaust for 4-stroke dirt bikes, available at RevZilla.com. So the founder of Pro Circuit, Mitch Payton, was a young desert racer in the early 70s in California who suffered a gnarly crash which caused him to no longer be able to ride a motorcycle. He didn't let that stop him. He founded Pro Circuit in 1978 and produced a wide range of products over those years, as well as leading his motocross team to 31 AMA championships over that time. Really legendary guy. If you hadn't checked him out already, be sure to search around on the internet. There's tons of interviews with him. So what we have here are exhausts for 4-stroke dirt bikes. Now, Pro Circuit does offer a full lineup of exhausts for 2-strokes as well. Check out that video on our site if you do have a 2-smoker. And of course, stick around to the end of this video because we did install these exhausts on our 450R for a sound check, so you'll be able to hear all these exhausts back to back. So as far as pricing goes, these exhausts are going to go from $330 to $1,370, depending on the application. But don't forget, RevZilla does offer that price match policy. If you do find any of these for less elsewhere, we're happy to work with you on that. Now, getting into each option we have up here. So you'll see that this one up here looks a little bit different. This is, of course, for the 450R. That bike's unique. It has 2 mufflers, but there are single outlet versions of each of these if your bike does have a single muffler on it. So let's start with the Ti 6 Pro. So this guy is made of titanium and has a carbon fiber end cap. These are lightweight materials which will help cut down the weight on your motorcycle. And when they say Pro with this one, this exhaust is designed for top-level racers whose bikes have to meet those sound checks at those AMA and FIM regulated events. So this exhaust will give you a slight performance boost over stock, but has to meet those sound regs. So it's a little bit more restrictive than the other options we have up here. So moving on from the Ti 6 Pro, we're going to go to the Ti 6. Now this is a completely uncorked version. You'll notice in the sound check it's just slightly louder, but this exhaust is not expected to meet those sound regs at that level. So if the racing you do or riding for fun that you do, there's no tech inspection you don't have to worry about, that exhaust is going to be the way to go. This guy offers the biggest performance boost out of the different systems we have up here. Now, that said, we're moving on to the T6. Now, the T6 is the same as the Ti 6 with the same performance boost, really, but it's made of lesser expensive materials. It's made of stainless steel and aluminum. So Pro Circuit passes those savings on to you. So that is the lesser expensive exhaust out of the bunch. Now, the only trade-off really is that those materials are slightly heavier. I would say that exhaust is probably still going to be lighter than your stock exhaust in most cases, but it's not going to be as light as the titanium and carbon fiber options. So we did get a chance to put all these different systems on our 450R for a sound check. So let's check out how they sound back to back. So when it comes to installation, you're looking at about 30 to 40 minutes for installation. All of these 4-stroke dirt bikes are single cylinder, so you only need to deal with one header pipe coming out. The only thing that I'll note is that if you don't already have a spring puller, it really helps with installation. There's some high tension springs that hold the exhaust together. If you don't have one already, we do have them on the site. They're really not very expensive, and I find a ton of uses for them, to be honest. One other thing to consider is that you probably want to put a new exhaust gasket in. Once you have your bike into RevZilla's Bike Finder, you'll be able to find that OEM exhaust gasket for your machine. I do recommend replacing that to prevent any leaks once you install the exhaust. But overall, I think these are great options from Pro Circuit for 4-stroke dirt bikes. But if you'd like to see what other riders have to say about them, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device. And of course, if you have any questions about these or anything else you see on our website, give our Gear Geeks a shout at 877-792-9455 or shoot an email to cs@revzilla.com. Thanks for watching our video today about Pro Circuit 4-stroke exhausts. I'm Joe, and I'll see you next time.